If I ask you, my brother, and I say, hey, what's your nationality? What would you tell me?
Nationality?
The national origin in which you come from, right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Black.
You say black. Okay.
American.
Black. Okay, so let me ask you something. This color right here on this sign, that's black, right? What color is your skin?
Black.
It's brown.
Yeah, brown. Black.
Why do they call us black?
Good thing.
It's a good question, right?
Good.
It's because they don't want you to know your true nationality.
Yeah.
So look at that sign right there. The other one that on this the far left. You see that sign right there? That sign has 12 tribes on it. Right. One of those tribes you actually descend from. Which one is it? Okay. You said Judah, right? That's your nationality. You're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. See, that's what we are here to show our people, because we lost. We don't understand the truth. We don't understand that we are God's chosen people. Give me Deuteronomy.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
So all these people on that sign, God said, you are holy. Read.
Unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be.
So he said he chosen thee. He's talking to these tribes here. Read.
To be a special people unto himself.
So he said the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are special unto himself. What does that mean?
Love thyself.
Right, God loved you above every other nation. Read.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So what does that mean?
We above everything.
Okay, so why don't look like it? Why we don't look like it? Why we don't act like it? Why we don't sound like we above every other nation on this earth? That's a good question, ain't it? Well, I'm going to tell you why. It's because even though we're God's chosen people, Deuteronomy 28, when we came out of Egypt with Moses, he gave us an ultimatum. He said, you can be my chosen people, you can rule this earth, I'll give you everything. But all you have to do is keep my commandments, right? But he said, if you don't keep my commandments, the worst of the worst is gonna happen to you. Why? Because I'm gonna punish you like a father always punishes his child when he's disobedient. You understand that? So let's get the scripture. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So he said, if you don't listen to what I say, curses are going to come upon you and overtake you. Now remember the initial question. Why we don't look like we above everybody else if we are? I'm going to show you one of the first curses. Read that.
Verse 16. Cursed shall thy be in the city, and cursed shall thy be in the field.
So it said, cursed shall I be in the city. Now, do our cities look luxurious as a people? No. No, they don't. As a matter of fact, what do they call our neighborhoods? The ghetto, the slum. You probably got sewer going down your street, trash all in your yard. Yeah, you laugh because you know it's true. You know it's true. You know that this curse is only happening to our people, right? You see crack dealing, cocaine, heroin in our cities. Do you see that in the white neighborhoods? Do you see the prostitutions in the white neighborhoods? Do you no? You don't even see other nations really coming in their neighborhood, setting up shop and making all the money while you still broke. It only happened to us. You see that? He said, cursed shall I be in the city. You get the worst water. You get the worst education. You wear the worst clothes. You see that? You get the worst of women nowadays, right? You see, this is what's happening to our people. He said.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
People. He said, if you don't keep my commandments, it's going to happen to you. Give me the verse to the next verse.
Verse 17. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
I just hit on that. Okay, so look, do we have any stores? You got a pantry?
No.
We cursed.
Yeah.
All these other nations got pantries and things that they building up for a rainy day. We can't get that. We got holes in our pockets. We can't even store no food today. Why? Because we broke God's laws. We don't even have farms. I think the black population make up 0.001% of the Farmers Association. So no, we can't store nothing. You see that? He said, "Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store." I know. You're like, I've never heard this before, but guess what? Today you're gonna get the truth. Today you're gonna get the truth, man. We are God's chosen people, and we're going through these things today because of our own disobedience, because of our own doing, right? So let's get another curse, 32.
Verse 32, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Now, when we got off the slave ships, that what happened, right? They were sold to Master Charles in Jackson, Mississippi, to Master Williams here in Arkansas, to Master Nicholas up in New York. We were sold all across America. Read it again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
That happened to us.
Right.
And we would cry, because we could never get our children back. We can never get our children back. Why? Because we broke God's laws. It's terrible, ain't it? It's terrible, but it's our punishment so we can get ourselves right today. So we can understand who we are today and never do that again. Never sin against your God ever again. Then he gonna insure it too. Give me 68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So I got a question for you. Are you familiar with Egypt and us coming out of Egypt with Moses? You ever heard that story of Moses? Well, you know that was us, right? Came out of Egypt with Moses. We're the Israelites. So he said, read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So he said, I'm gonna bring you into Egypt again. Now I got a question for you. We walked out of Egypt, right? So there was no water to get from Egypt to, well actually it was, he split the Red Sea. But we didn't go on boats, right? We walked out of Egypt. Read that.
With ships.
So he said we're gonna come back into Egypt with ships. So, do you know the definition of Egypt? Do you know what that means? Okay, so what were we doing in Egypt? Right, we were slaving, building a pyramid. You're correct. Give me Exodus 20 and 2.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which has brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So the house of bondage means Egypt. It's slavery, all right? So he said in Deuteronomy 28:68 that he was going to bring us into Egypt again with ships, which means slavery again with ships. Read it.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So we wouldn't see our homeland again. Read.
And there,
when you got off those slave ships, read.
Ye shall be sold unto your enemy.
That's what happened to our people, did it not? Did it not? Our people were sold into slavery by the hands of our enemies. And that's a punishment from God. All we got to do is change our ways and these curses will be reversed. They will be lifted up. But we got to walk change. We got to change our mind first and foremost. We got to change. Mentally, we have to change. Let me ask you something. You go to church at all? Good. Stay away from the church. Because they're not teaching you this. They're not teaching you God's laws. And we're going to get into some laws. I just wanted to show you who we are. I wanted to show you who we are in the Bible first before I give you the laws. Right? So, you know the basic 10, right? Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. You married? Are you dealing with a woman?
Yeah.
Don't deal with that woman. I'm gonna tell you why. Because that's fornication.
You gotta be married.
You gotta be married in order to deal with that woman. As a matter of fact, give me Hebrews. I'm gonna show you why you should not do that. Because it's a scary thing. Right, so you dealing with a woman consistently? Have you been in her life for a long time or?
No. Just kick it.
All right, so it would be nothing to just cut it off then, right? That's what you gotta do. Read.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers.
So that's what you're doing if you're going from woman to woman, you're whoremongering. He said, look, but whoremongers and adulterers, read.
God will judge.
So God gonna judge your behind if you don't stop. Because now you know. See, because now you know what's up. Now you understand that you're not supposed to be doing it. And it's a lust thing, right? Don't go after your mind. Don't go after your eyes. You gotta make a covenant. Nah, don't look at that thing. It's hard. You in the world. You in the world. You gotta come on in the fold so these temptations will be lighter and lighter. You see what I'm saying? You gotta stop that thing, or the Most High will judge you.
Right.
You know how He judge you, right? When you do that, right? It's called gonorrhea, syphilis, AIDS, all kinds of sexually transmitted disease. There's a super gonorrhea today, right? Antibacterial can't even cure it. He laughing, but it's true. This is what's going on. So if you don't want that judgment, what you got to do?
Straighten up and do right. Get married.
So if you do it now that you understand what you know the punishment gonna be greater, right? Hebrews 10:26. Because you getting the knowledge of the truth, right? You understanding, hey, now you know that you're not supposed to do that, right? Because you probably didn't know, right? Yeah. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Most of us do know when we in that Christian church, we just don't abide by the law because they see the pastor, he a hypocrite too, he doing the same thing. So read that.
Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth.
So you received the knowledge of the truth right then and there. Yeah. He said if you sin willfully, read.
There remaineth no more sacrifices for sin.
Yeah, ain't no more sacrifice for you, man. It's like Christ didn't even die for you to repent and change if you keep doing it and keep going into it.
You gave it to him.
Exactly. So now it's over with.
You gonna make it like it.
Exactly. See, we the prophets, that's what we had to do, warn our people. The Bible say to warn you. Why? Because we care about you, bro, that's all. Yeah. We love our people.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.